have been, well, doing not much really. Magical constructions have been basically golems that have been watering the shop all over the place. I guess I'm seeing now what goes into making one. But beyond that, we haven't found much. We found one magical symbol, just tucked in the corner over there. But we figured out how everything connects in here, which is pretty silly on its own, and we've slotted everything here. We're now level 63. We've got 14 memory points to spend. I'm not sure what we're going to spend it on, but they're there if we want them. However, I did say we'd do just one more ruin. We've done a marvelous job of exploring this region, and I think we've nailed everything on the way, except for something over here that I couldn't get to. I might have been able to follow the mountain around, but I suspect it was meant to be off limits anyway. So that means I've explored nearly all of Enderal. I've been to most places except this little pocket of this little pocket sealed off by invisible walls that I couldn't get through. But as it happens, Ark is under attack, and so we've been kind of indulging our curiosity and just running around doing nothing. But for now, I think it's time we get back home. You know, help them out. And it is kind of weird to think of Ark as being home. I mean, yeah, it's where I have my house, but it's become also where I hang my hat, if that makes sense. And it's under siege, and we need to protect it. So, first things first. Reporting to Arantia. Well, I guess first things first is, you know, report this bounty. Anything else? Captain Plum landed at Icebreaker Station. He's listed as Weaverganger and is on his way to the ship. Kill Captain Plum again. Is he on his way to this ship? He's out in the open. But I'm sure we can give a pirate a nice head start. It occurs to me that what? Oh, right, Enderal updated. I forgot about that. And it occurs to me that I probably could have emptied Whirlwind saddlebags on the way out. Oh well. And yes, I realize we're probably in trouble. Or we're going to be as soon as I talk to them, but
What blast? What can I do for you?
is this the Carol?
Morales blessings,
Or-
friend.
Oh, right. Let's find that signpost.
Yes?
Jump to the Sun Temple. And get in good with Roundtail and say, hey, yeah, I've been gone for a few days. And we totally got rumbled, and our person, yeah, You saw that they basically would have killed me if they'd known who I was. But where is Randale? No, he's probably in here because he's always been in here. He just leads me through the sanctuary. Grandmaster Aranthe.
He's trying to negotiate.
You know his demands. There's no basis for negotiation.
He has not seen what we have seen. The writings, the memories of the Prophet. If he just realized.
Time Cora would rather throw away his calm than admit a mistake.
What took you so long? And where is Constantine?
That's a long story.
Yeah. Constantine is dead.
And those were his final words. I can't believe it.
Simply another victim of the High Bond. If we do not activate the beacon soon, he won't be the last.
Oh, right. The beacon. If it's activated, we'll simply glow the red madness away, won't we? Or maybe we could, for once in all this, do something that actually makes sense and focus our resources on finding an alchemistical or thaumaturgical solution to this problem, rather than trusting in a pile of scrap metal.
Oh, by the Prophet's ass, won't you just shut up for a minute? All day long you do nothing but babble, getting on our nerves, and nothing you ever say gets us any closer to a fucking solution. So why don't you just shove off to one of the bathhouses? Go torture the washerwomen with your never-ending lamentations.
Ooh, I like
That would be helpful for a change.
You will take that back.
Will I? Come here and make me. I'd be delighted.
Blasphemy!
Guard your
This is
tongue,
blasphemy!
wild mage, or...
Or what? Are you gonna kill me? That's what you do best. You and your fucking order.
Silence! You are angry, Shari Pegast, and I understand why. But in the moment you let that anger destroy this alliance, Firespark's sacrifice will have been in vain. Is that what you want? Is that what you want?
No.
Just a minute.
No, it isn't.
Good. Why is it so...
Good.
There we go.
I am tired
There
of
was
this
that rushing
endless
water.
bickering. We have a responsibility, and we will fulfill it.
Well said, Aranthiel. And how exactly do you think we are going to do that? Without the sources, the beacon is as worthless as a heap of rusty iron.
Sources?
The chroniclers are on it, and they will find the answer. Novice, tell Commander Aaron to join us. We need to plan the defense of the land. You, Prophet, will come to me as soon as you have recovered. Now, let us get to work.
Why can't I just talk to you now?
Please, Tilor, Jorik is right.
The sun be praised you've made it. Constantine.
I know that
He
it is
didn't
going
deserve
to be
this.
tough.
It's
Yes,
just not fair.
The beacon is all that we have.
Yes, the
No.
beacon. The beacon.
No, it's
the
not.
beacon.
Don't you dare shove
Someone
me.
is gonna
We
pay
don't
for it.
even know what this thing does,
I'll see
let
to
alone
that.
if it will work.
Don't do anything stupid, alright?
I have to talk to you as soon as possible. It's about the seal in that letter we found on the mercenaries in Old Rashengrad.
Idea.
I believe I'm onto something.
Taylor, it's entirely irrational.
So, what is
Their
it?
client is from Enderal. From Ark, to be more precise. Let's not talk here, though. Meet me in the Dancing Nomad. I'll be in the first room upstairs, right at the end of the staircase. And hurry.
Seriously, Matara, stop acting as if this were...
Why so secretive? Yeah.
Well, why do you think? Come to the Dancing Nomad after you've spoken with Aranthiel.
Okay.
See you there.
Sacrifices. This is about your damn pride, Tilor. Nothing else.
So... Come on, talk to me. Fine, fine. I'll leave and then I'll come back and talk to you. If the game doesn't crash. Which it might. Wait, how the hell did you get ahead of me? You were behind me. It is one of those walking conversations. So, what was that about? You know, you and Truchessa seem to disagree a bit.
Irrelevant.
It's pretty darn relevant.
Madman, Koarek. He has completely reshuffled the cards. Now we not only have to deal with the High Ones, but also with him and his fanatics. However, there's also good news. You have probably seen it already.
You reconstruct... Did I see it? Is that what that humming is? You built the beacon.
Physically, yes. And we also know how it works now. And how it can put an end to the cycle.
I'm not so certain.
It is easier than we thought. The beacon was constructed for one thing, to destroy the High Ones. Once reconstructed, infused with energy and activated, lit, as the Pyreans called it, it can banish the High Ones from this plane of existence.
Yeah, and here I thought things were going to be complicated.
It is complicated if you try to understand how it works. You know that the High Ones are not made of flesh and blood as we are. Essentially, they can be compared to the cold or to shadows. Omnipresent elements, yet we cannot touch them. Energy, if you will. However, there is a counterpart to each energy. Cold and fire, shadow and light. The High Ones and the beacon.
So it's antimatter. High One antimatter.
Yes. Imagine a torch driving away the darkness in the moment it is ignited. This is what the beacon can do, except that the banishing will be permanent.
So, what's keeping us from lighting it? Shari mentioned there were sources, right?
Yes, as I said, it needs to be infused with energy before it can be lit. I take it you have noticed the 3 sockets on its base.
Not really.
They are what it draws its power from. Once they are filled, the beacon can be ignited and the High Ones will be undone, once and for all. At least, if the old writings are true. The only thing left for us to find out is what these energy sources are. But we are close. Give the Arcanists some more time and I will let you know if there's any news. In the meantime, get equipped accordingly. Some of the Neremes have landed already, and outbreaks of the Red Madness become more and more frequent as we speak.
Why can't we just distribute some of the sigil... Excuse me. Why can't we distribute some of the sigil stones shards among the people, you know?
No, there are not enough. And we must keep the few there are in our possession, in case anything unexpected should happen. The only thing we can do to stop the madness is to destroy the High Ones as soon as possible.
And you haven't given any thought to just letting it go? Yeah. Truchessa mentioned something about what happened in Kira. You know, I'm from there. I'm interested in what happened. What does she mean?
Well, it's only fair to tell you. You've always been honest to me, so I will do the same. Have you ever heard of the Night of the Thousand Fires?
Vaguely?
Between 8,192 and 8,202, there was an underground movement in Kira called the Red Half Moon. They were brought into being by a group of intellectuals and philosophers who, under all the freedom of thought Saldrine granted them, started questioning the reign of the Golden Queen, and thus the Lightborn themselves.
Saldrine, what do you mean by freedom of thought?
Saldrine saw himself as the god of knowledge, and accordingly he reigned his country. In Kira, no opinion is forbidden, which is why it is home to countless magic schools and universities, where people do nothing but discuss the reason for being all day long. An appealing thought if you hear it for the first time, but a cunning people isn't easy to rein. There have been more revolts and riots in Kira than bones in a graveyard, and the Red Half Moon was the worst of them.
Alright. So they tried to end the reign of the gods, just like your son did. I mean, no offense, but...
Correct. Just as my son did. But other than him, they fought like cowards. Terror, dust crystals planted in the marketplaces, and assassinations, you name it. If they killed innocents, they blamed the Golden Queen. And if they killed her soldiers, they celebrated themselves as liberators. However, they never succeeded in putting her down, and neither did she in destroying them, which is why the court turned to the Lightborn for help. A division of the Holy Order led by me, a young keeper of barely 30 winters.
So, why do you come all the way from Enderal? Didn't they have any soldiers over there in Kira already?
None to be taken seriously. You know, not everywhere is the Order as present as here on Enderal, or as it once was on Narim. In Kira, we were ridiculed. I saw the Kiranian keepers who served the Golden Queen. A bunch of decadent gluttons who had dedicated themselves to the court's banquets rather than to the will of the gods. They were pathetic.
So, what happened?
A moon after our arrival, we received an anonymous tip on where one of the half-moon's bases was supposed to be located, in a small coastal village.
And let me guess, you let us slaughter.
As we entered it, we were greeted by the township's elders, and the villagers themselves had gathered behind them. You should have seen how they stared at us, as if we were plunderers.
Well...
I should have seen by then that something was wrong.
So, they were afraid of you because, you know, you came to them in an army, didn't it? And was it a trap?
That's what they wanted us to think, and they did a good job at that. A veiled person here, an archer on the rooftops there. I got nervous, because villagers are not, they bested us in numbers, and they had kettled us. Then a man seemed to charge at us, and I gave the order to draw weapons. It was just the spark they needed.
So it all got terribly political, didn't it? By politics
No,
means a fight.
Not a fight. A massacre. The villagers had pitchforks and shepherd staffs, and we had shadow steel swords, let alone the fact that we were trained warriors. I realized that I had made a mistake a split second after it started, but it was too late by then. My men, they slaughtered them all, like pigs. At the end of the day, 300 people were dead, and only 10 of them were keepers.
And you couldn't do anything to say, hey, hold your fire, you know, stop it?
Have you ever been in a big battle? Even if my men would have stopped, the villagers were blinded with rage and panic. No. From the moment I gave the order, it was too late.
So they set it all up, but why? Was it just politics? You don't say, hey, here are these keepers, they massacred a village?
Well, what better proof of the Lightborn's cruelty is there than a division of keepers who, out of pure wickedness, slaughtered an entire village, women, children included. If the people had already distrusted us before that distrust had turned into hatred, then nothing could have changed that, not even the Golden Queen's heralds. We set sail back to Enderal a week later. 2 years after that, the Red Half Moon destroyed itself due to infighting. Ironic, isn't it?
That's one word for it. Yeah, Yeah, you should have kept your calm, sorry. It's easy for me to judge because I wasn't there, but you were the commander.
I should have, yes. The Lightborn and the Grandmaster back at that time showed the compassion I wouldn't grant myself. But I learned one thing, and that is that I will never again let fears about my own life influence my decisions. What happened in Kira was the consequence of my own cowardice, and my unwillingness to give my life for a just cause. That will never happen again.
So you're completely willing to give your life for what happened now? That does make me very confident. So, this is our best hope, huh? Beacon. You know, I want to hope that this will work. That everything will magically align and the Lightborn actually will be destroyed. But they seemed pretty darn confident that it wouldn't work. And the fact that other civilizations have done this same song and dance before us isn't really building my confidence. I mean, presumably the Rayans got this far as well, but then did the Red Madness come first? Did they just fall apart due to infighting, like what's happening now? If you would, I'd like to talk to my friend, yeah. Let's just say I'm more than a bit nervous.
Saira, good to see you. I heard about what happened on Half Moon Island. It's a wonder you and that mercenary made it back alive.
Yeah,
but war, it just seems so unreal.
Big coincidence.
How has it come to this? Now we not only have to fight these High Ones, but also some fanatic who thinks he knows best?
You know, this only just occurred to me, which was that during the Memory of the Dead Man, we fought a bunch of soldiers, just like what we're going to be facing now. Soldiers who didn't think the Keepers were doing what's right. Yeah, there's nothing better than an unnecessary war poised to the brink of extinction, is there?
I know you mean that as a joke, but I'm afraid it's not too far from the truth. Tell me, Saira, how is it possible that our beliefs about what's best for mankind are so different? Why are we so eager to be at each other's throats?
Because we're stupid. Yeah, violence often seems like an easy answer, especially if times are hard, as they are right now. I mean, yes, you could reason with them and hope that they give in, or you could just reach out and sock somebody in the teeth.
Suffering leads to more suffering. Yes, that makes sense. You know what I find so hard to understand? Why there are so few people who actually care. So few people who feel the need to change something like you and I do. There are moments I just feel so powerless. As if we all know that if we keep going like this, we're headed for a catastrophe. But instead of changing course, we just stand by and watch. Do you know the feeling?
You know, I'd say yes if I hadn't spent the last 2 days just procrastinating coming back here. Yeah, too well.
I thought so. Whenever I think about it, I find it so hard not to get angry. Take all those upper city snobs with their colorful garments and exotic perfumes. They could put all that money to such good use if only they wanted to, but no, they don't, because they just don't give a damn about the poor. Sometimes I imagine going down there, grabbing one of them by the collar and dragging them down into the Undercity. And there I'd force them to see, just for once. But even that probably wouldn't help. I guess we only care about the things that directly affect us. Who fights against poverty if he's never suffered from it?
Yeah. You care, and that's admirable.
No, it's not. It should be what everyone does. And once again, you've had to listen to another deluge of my whining.
Hey, what are friends for?
I guess I'm just not a person for pleasantries. Sorry.
The world good, you... Yeah, don't be sorry. The world could use more people like you who actually care.
Anyway, I need to make some preparations now. Master Bartar requested my support with something, and I shouldn't keep him waiting any longer.
So what do we have to do now? Oh, yeah, we need to go talk to the Shoddy in the Dancing Nomad in the Noble Quarter. Where's the Dancing Nomad? One of these ends, right?
Between darkness. That's just how it is.
Did Jedi have anything else for me to do? No, the Dancing Nomad, that's in the foreign quarter. What am I saying? Right? Yeah, the
Some people just don't know their place in the world.
Between cobblestone and excretion. Between darkness and
thing.
light.
There it is. Signpost, that's what it's called. Alright, foreign quarter, Dancing Nomad. Which one is that? This one.
How am I supposed to pay that much?
Let's very quickly talk to the bartender, say, hey, I need salt.
Malfash's blessings.
Yeah, has Lishadi showed up here? I have an appointment with her.
A southerner? Yeah, she did. Bit gruff, but she's a pretty thing. What'd you ask? Did she do something wrong?
No, just wanted to check that she was here. Oh, apparently she won't open the door.
Really? Maybe she's sleeping.
Oh,
Try again
she's
later.
dead, isn't she?
A little bit of this and that. Why not take a look?
Hard times.
May your powerful...
Hard times. Evening.
It's nearly 11:30, but she's gotta be in there, right? She's dead, damn it.
Prophet, are you in there?
Yes.
Gerard, what? Why? What have you done?
I didn't do anything. Yeah, strange coincidence you're here.
Watch your tongue, Shari. Be glad that the blood is already dry, or else you'd be nothing but a pile of bones by now. Forgive me. I just can't believe it. Anyone but Lishari? Yes, I know, Nea. But she was a good woman. We both know that we're not involved in this. So please tell me why you and Lishari wanted to meet up here? Were the two of you close?
No.
It's been a while since there was a man at Lishari's side.
No, of course not.
So why?
Well, she said she... Are you the traitor? Yeah, she wanted to tell me something about my gift.
Your gift? I see. But then who has killed her? This doesn't make any sense. Maybe the murderer has left a clue. We have to search.
Let me pickpocket you, dang it. Wait, I feel her pulse, but she's dead? Note, maybe? Cap dust bottle, huh?
What's this? Let me see. Yes! This could be our clue.
Could a glimmer dust bottle? You sure she's not a druggie?
No, certainly not. But come to think about it, it doesn't really help us either. There are so many dust addicts in Ark, it would take years just to count them. Oh, by the name of the sun, I will inform the Order.
And shouldn't we keep searching?
Yes, you do that. But come back to the temple as soon as you're finished, alright? The Archmagister has found something out about those sources we need for the beacon, even though he paid a high price for it.
Damn it, I can't pickpocket you, can I?
Me, Stew, roast pork. Anyone?
Darn it, I liked her.
Good pot of peace, Jesus, why is that stuff so expensive?
Really need a new herbal essence for my hair.
Work.
I'm trying to think. Where else?
That's just
If I were...
always talking.
Why is she naked? Did they take her clothes too? Didn't mean to do that.
Just where did I put it?
Seems like this is going to be a rather hefty what's the word? Hefty conversation.
Be careful,
episode.
my sir. The streets aren't safe at this hour.
Yeah. Actually, let's
Walk blessed. Walk blessed.
let's have a conversation with the innkeeper. Say, hey, did anyone else come through here? Also, you might want to get a cleaning crew in there.
Malfash's blessings. Come back anytime.
Hello.
Or not. Yeah, it wasn't me. So someone in Ark is working against us. Yuslan seems to be the obvious candidate, since he was
Hello.
here and knew she'd be here and came to chase me. But I want to have some stronger evidence before I jump to those conclusions. Sun Temple. Archmagister.
The prodigy. Apparently we owe you for the shards of this sigil
if it isn't the
stone.
prophet. What's
I
wrong?
didn't think I
You
would
look
ever say this,
troubled.
but thank you.
Someone's murdered Lishari.
I know. Shah Rim has already told me. I hardly knew her, but it's horrible. Different ideologies or not, she was a fine young mage, and her knowledge of the Pyreans was impressive. We need to find the ones who did this, and fast. But you probably already know that. Thank Malphus we just had a breakthrough with the beacon.
Okay, so do we know what's missing now?
At least as far as the sockets go, yes. In the old tablets you found in old Dothugrad, there's talk of black embers, which are supposed to be some kind of energy supply for the machine.
So, do we know what those are?
This is what we've been asking ourselves over the past few weeks, and then it fell like pelt from our eyes. The Pyreans were talking about the Black Pearls. Old jewels, sometimes known as Blackstones. They appeared for the first time in the Golden Era, and every self-important noble literally fought to get one in his possession. Apparently they originated from Stormwind, the old city in the heart of Arctwind. They changed owners for decades, sometimes by violence, sometimes by gold. The whole thing only stopped when the owners took note of an undesirable side effect, if you like.
Okay. Oh yeah, what's a legendary jewel without a catch?
Everything has a catch, and sometimes this catch is even upside down. But the stones weren't somehow enchanted, if that's what you're thinking. At least not by any known magical means. Nevertheless, all of their owners eventually shared the same fate. Countess Katua from Nerim, for example, whose castle burnt down to its foundations.
How do you burn down
According
a castle?
to a survivor of this tragedy, she was to blame for that. He claimed that he saw her the night it happened, laughing hysterically and dancing in the dining room and summoning waves of fire all around her. She was not previously known to have any magical talent in her.
So they gave their owners magical powers and a bit of madness?
Correct. Plus, all of them eventually showed similar symptoms of delusion, like those possessed by the Red Madness do. A peculiar coincidence, if you ask me.
Yeah, coincidence. That's peculiar. That's one word for it. And what happened once people found out that the stones were cursed?
Not quite.
Those who owned a pearl tried to get rid of it, or look it up somewhere safe, and eventually they fell into oblivion.
Do you often seek out
Tell him
people?
your theory, Archmagister.
Yes, of course. We believe that the stones carry energy, pure, uncontrolled magic, and that the High Ones use them for their own purposes.
He knows what he's doing.
So they drive people mad with them?
Correct. The pearl's magic make their owners powerful, but the High Ones befoul them, so to speak. Like a poisoned potion. I know it sounds odd, but the parallels are too striking to ignore. The red shimmer in the victim's eyes, the slow descent into madness, and ultimately this irrational, destructive act of violence.
So this all happened centuries ago, didn't? I thought the Hounds only showed up just for the cleansing. I mean, no, they're everywhere. They're around us, but yeah. Why do the High Ones do this? What do they get out of it?
That's a question I've been asking myself since we first learned of the cycle. Who knows? Maybe they like for us to suffer. Or maybe they see us as we see ants, whose lives simply mean nothing. Or maybe the very concept of intentions is meaningless to them.
And you think the magic of these black stones would give the beacon the energy it needs?
That's what we think, yes. Nothing else in this world possesses that much raw power.
Which is why you will find them for us.
So I need to find 3 of these things.
Which is why you will find them for us.
Yes, you said that. And how exactly am I going? Yeah. So, if they poison the stones, isn't it dangerous to bring them here?
No, because we know what we are dealing with. Unlike those who fell victim to the stones.
We know nothing about what we're dealing
Imagine
with.
them as a powerful,
an unknown
magical
energy source to
sword.
power a beacon
The
that
fool
might
won't
not
know how to wield it and will
to fight an
eventually
enemy
cut
we don't
himself with
even
it.
understand.
A seasoned warrior, however, can use its power for his purposes. Which doesn't mean, however, that we will be careless with them. What we need is their energy, and once we have transferred that to the beacon, their shells will be useless to the High Ones.
Yeah. You'll forgive me if I'm not exactly enthused about this plan.
Let's hope he knows.
How are we supposed to find them? They're all over Vin.
That's right. But we don't need all of them. The beacon has 3 sockets, and that is how many of the stones we will acquire. Archmagister.
I studied the history of the pearls as a young arcanist, and I think that my notes might give you some hints as to where you should start looking. Give me until tomorrow. By then I will have prepared the relevant excerpts.
One day.
Anything else I should know? You know, some half-baked plan to, I don't know, steal the minds of the people and use it to power some grand death ray?
Just come to me whenever you have questions.
And hurry. I take it you have already noticed this, but Nerimi's troops are roaming our land and building outposts, and the Red Madness is also getting worse as we speak. Now go, Prophet. The sooner we find these stones, the better.
So, let me see if I can encapsulate this in understandable terms. We've built a beacon that didn't work to fight an enemy we don't understand, with a power source we think we need that is also poisoned by the enemy. Yeah, sure, that'll work.